Hey everyone, David Nuno, TexAgs Rewind on a Friday, awkwardly joined by Richard Zane behind me. Are you in a bad mood? No? Okay. You ready to say something on camera? Tomas? We got nothing today. Dalton, you're here. Say something.
Hi!
Olin, I need somebody with a little substance. Olin, say hi.
Hey, these people want to work at Texas, but they don't want to talk to Texas.
I love how he's not in camera. We can just see his left arm. That's great. No, it's fine. That's great. There we go. Okay. All right, let's chew really loud and talk about 21 and 21. Kenyon Green in the house. He's our number one guy. Proud. He could have been 1-2, obviously, with DeMarvin Leal. Both of those guys great. Go Hour had a bank on it. I'm banking on the University of Texas losing their first game, maybe their second. What was yours? Do you remember?
That I'm going to be watching college football this week.
Yeah, Olin's going to be watching college football. We'll be doing that. Liucci talking a little bit about the Micheal Clemons situation. Obviously, that came out earlier this morning. And Bonfire. We have the crew in here, Student Bonfire. All that and more on TexAgs Rewind. You know, you can argue who 1 or 2 is. I mean, both guys very deserving of number 1. Kenyon Green going number 1, though.
Yeah, you're right. There were 2. I was sitting there, because, you guys do that list. Olin plays a big role in it, and then I'll kind of go through and be like, man, we're forgetting this guy and that guy. And in full disclosure, this year I didn't take part in it. I just wanted you guys to do it. And honestly, it's more of an OB list, and we talk about it every week. And it's been fun for me not to know who's coming. I've actually enjoyed that a little bit more. So I found out yesterday because Henry Green, Kenyon's dad, who's one of my favorite people in the world to talk to, he had kind of been waiting to see who, and then he saw DeMarvin come up as number 1. So he knew either we didn't have Kenyon among our top 21 players on the team or he was number 1. So, and the funny thing is his dad is, he's like, he's got a lot to prove, he's got to go out there and back it up now. And there's a lot he's got to back up. With the All-American, a lot more important than 21 and 21, the All-American accolades, the projected first-round draft pick. And I'm here to say I absolutely believe he's going to. And we talk about guys that are like team players, right, Nuno? Talk about Anias making that selfless move to running back, and then Caleb Chapman gets hurt. And it's like, hey, we know we did a lot here and you were really enjoying it, but now we need you to go back out and play primarily wide receiver. But maybe every once in a while we'll call you back in to running back. Or Eli Stowers, hey, you're not going to factor into the quarterback race, at least not now, but we think you can help maybe at tight end. We also think your long-term future could be there. Yes, coach, let's try it. And all of a sudden he's out there looking like he could be a factor for A&M at the position. So we talk about selfless guys and stuff. Well, what about an offensive lineman that's a projected first rounder based on what he's done at guard and should be gearing up for his best season at guard, where he would probably be absolutely dominant? And I think the best guard in college football based off what we saw from year 1 and the improvement to year 2, where he might have been the best guard in college football last year, or one of the handful anyway. And it's like, okay, I'll play tackle. I'll play left tackle. Well, Jameer Johnson, the Tennessee transfer, because of his past injuries, really can't play right tackle. He's got to play left. So, Kenyon, we're going to need you to play. Okay, sure. I'll play right tackle. So now he's out there at right tackle. If they needed him to play center, like they did for a couple snaps in the Orange Bowl last year, he'll do that too. That's a selfless veteran player. That's one of the, we think, the best player on the team. And you guys heard him when he sat down with me and did that interview. He's a wonderful, thoughtful person, a team guy. But and the reason he's number 1 on this list, though, is he is a dominant offensive lineman in the Southeastern Conference. And he is one.
Well, you can bank on this, that I'm going to be watching some college football this weekend, tomorrow.
Which game? The Nebraska? Is it Nebraska?
The Nebraska, Illinois. The other game I'm really interested in is Hawaii at UCLA, because UCLA has just been such a disappointment under Chip Kelly.
Yeah, they get LSU week 2, right?
They do.
Yeah.
And Hawaii's just, you never know what Hawaii's going to be. They can be that rock in your shoe. They're not ever going to be great, but they can always be pretty good, that if you're not a, really good FBS team that they can, I guess Hawaii's an FBS Power 5 team, that if you don't take them seriously, they come up, jump up and beat you. And I think, we could see that happen. And if Hawaii wins, go ahead and put Chip Kelly on the hot seat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He probably already is, but, at first you get a certain grace period, and they showed a little bit of improvement last year, but if they open the season 0-2.
Which is very possible.
Then they have to put him on the hot seat, I would think.
You know who I'm going to bank on this. Louisiana is going to beat Texas in week 1. There's a chance that Texas, I forget when they get Arkansas, week 2 or 3.
Week 2.
Week 2. There's a chance Texas is 0-2, but you can bank on them losing to Louisiana. And the reason is, I think the Raging Cajuns, and look, I'm hoping more than banking on it, but they beat Iowa State last year. I think they're a very good team. I think they can run the ball. Their offense puts up nice numbers. I think Sark's going to start his season or his tenure there at Texas with a loss.
That would be interesting, because if that was to happen, if they start, especially if they start 0-2,
God, I would laugh.
then you're starting to look at, at a 7-5, maybe a 6-6, and if that happens,
you know what though? The SEC can sell them to the American Athletic Conference or the Mountain West, whoever wants them, because obviously if they start off 0-2, they're not ready for the big boy leagues.
Well, I know this: if they go 7-5, they'll be talking about, well, we should have been in the playoff.
Well, of course they will.
We're Texas.
No, look, I will be very honest. I think Sark yesterday said he hasn't named a starter yet. I know their running game is fantastic. Their defense is probably going to be better than it was last year. I believe that matchup is a very tough one to start your season with against a team that you should beat, but because Louisiana's under the radar for a lot of people. Iowa State was an excellent team last year, and they beat them. This morning, some more news out there with Micheal Clemons.
It's waking me up. Yeah, what the hell?
Dude, people let you rest a little bit. So
trying to sleep in a little bit this week.
Kind of shed some light on what you found out about Micheal and his future with the Ags.
Well, I think everybody needs to tap the brakes on future with the Ags stuff. I've been reading that all morning, and the indefinite scares a lot of people. In other words, this happened last night. I think, outside of the part about the invalid license or I forget what exactly the phrasing is. I've actually myself gotten in trouble for that, where I moved from 509 Old Jersey somewhere, had an unpaid ticket and stuff was going there, never saw it, got arrested, pulled over in College Station for a routine, speeding or whatever it was, red light or failure to whatever it was. And, oh, well, you don't have a license. And so that part, that's it's irresponsibility. I've been there, done that. But that was already a thing. But all this other stuff happened yesterday. So this is all fresh and brand new. I mean, this happened, I think, it sounds like during the process of being, arrested for that, cited for that. So, what was in his car is what's a much bigger problem. But it's also not, I don't think it's going to end up being as much as it reads. When you see all that together, it's like, that sounds really bad. And there's a lot of amateur legal people on TexAgs and on Twitter. There's also a couple pros. And you listen to the pros and they say, well, that depends on the lawyer. And then it comes into the punishment. What's the punishment? Well, there's different levels, as we all know, to different things. I wouldn't call this of the garden variety, wrist slap variety. It doesn't feel like. It feels like there'll probably be some form of game punishment levied, just like there was with McKinley Jackson. But I also don't think it's something that costs Micheal Clemons his senior year. I say that. I don't think. I don't expect that it will, to be honest with you. And just from people I've talked to and just kind of trying to get a vibe for the situation, I don't think that it will. So,
Deon, I look at myself as an example of, I knew Bonfire was back, but I didn't know how it was back. Yep. Talk to the alumni out there, the association that is listening right now and wondering, how does it work? How do I be involved? How can I be a part of this amazing process?
Well, the first step is just come out and watch. I have never, ever encountered anybody in all my years who has come out and not said, this is the same. We're talking across generations, people building it 50, 60 years ago. their fire looked different than the fire that was built in 96, 99. And always it felt the same. I mean, John Comstock came out and I asked him what he thought. He said, I'm home, right? People who this has touched in the most profound ways, just come out and look. And you'll see that these students are living your experience and they're doing honor and justice to it. And they're making it something beautiful that belongs to them that they in turn give to you. Just come out and look. We can explain in great detail all the effort that they still go through, cutting the logs with axes and carrying them on their backs and throwing them on the trucks and stacking them. But you can't believe the intensity and the authenticity that still exists until you see it for yourself. And then once you do, you will be motivated and you'll know this is Bonfire. And from that point, Bonfire, of course, has always relied on the generosity of former students. So studentbonfire.com, email info@studentbonfire.com. We have all kinds of people from time, talent, money, Sevcheks, personally, directly responsible for getting our beat up trucks back to working again. Everybody's got something that helps get Bonfire built. And in whatever way, even if you think it's small, I guarantee it's going to mean the world to these Aggies. So reach out and we can make something happen.
Just offer something, Richard.
The Dodgers are going to lose in the wild card round.
At least give me something about Ronaldo going to Man U. Or...
Dude, that is wild.
All right, see, that's for our soccer watchers. Hopefully, we'll go viral on that. What are we supposed to do after the video?
Like, comment now, apparently, and subscribe.
Can you say that out loud?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
See, we all spoke on the video. Dalton, say hi.
Bye.
Bye. Same thing. All right, thanks for watching.